2015. My name's DeFranco, and let's talk about some news attap stuff and things. And the first thing I want to talk about today is the big news that Verizon purchased AOL for $4.4 billion cash money. And of course, the big question, how does this affect my 1,000 free hour dial-up trial period? From what I hear, everything's gonna be fine. Your grandma's not gonna be calling you anytime soon. But the big question is, why? Why would Verizon make this purchase? Most people haven't used AOL since, Metallica was suing their fans because they were using Napster, and most people installed things with a CD when you'd go over to your rich friend's house because he could burn DVDs. Well, as easy as it is to make AOL dial-up jokes, it turns out there's still 2.15 million AOL subscribers. These are people paying for their AOL monthly dial-up. And on average, AOL says they make $20.83 on every monthly customer, meaning they're still bringing in over $538 million a year from that service. Keep in mind, that's gross, not net, but that's not why they were purchased. AOL's big business now is all about advertising, video playthroughs, and owning websites. AOL owns the Huffington Post among many other sites. And according to Verizon's chief executive, Verizon's vision is to provide customers with a premium digital experience based on a global multi-screen network platform. This acquisition supports a strategy to provide a cross-screen connection for consumers, creators, and advertisers to deliver that premium customer experience. But to summarize and simplify it, it all comes down to being giant and selling ads. Verizon and AOL combining put them on the doorstep of Google and Facebook. Right now, Verizon touches 70% of internet traffic. That's mobile phone, computer, TVs. And so you take a mobile and mobile video leader, and pair that with AOL, who have really been focusing on video and making programs and advertising heavily on those programs, you have a potential juggernaut or a terrible, terrible waste of money. And from there, I want to share some stuff I love today, and Today in Awesome, sponsored by squarespace.com/Phil. Squarespace, of course, a fantastic place where you can make an amazingly beautiful website for just $8 a month. If you get a year, you get the domain for free. I previously liked the service, but now I love the service thanks to their new interface, Squarespace 7. I love it so much I use it to make todayinawesome.com. And if you want to join myself and many others from the nation, go to squarespace.com/Phil, use coupon code Phil, and get 10% off. And the first bit of awesome is Jetman Dubai. SwissX fighter pilot Yves Rossi and his protege Vince Raffet have been mastering their jet-propelled wingsuits, and they released this amazing 10-minute video. Shot in 4K, and at first they're in the desert, and then they're just zooming by skyscrapers, and this just gets put in the category of amazing thing that I never want to do myself. Then in cuteness overload awesome, animalsmedia.com posted a video of an orangutan taking care of 4 tiger cubs. Then we had all the major networks announcing their new pilots that are going to be coming out, and one caught my eye. A new Fox show called Lucifer, where the devil says, I'm bored of being the devil. And so he comes to Earth to cure his boredom, and then he literally solves crimes so that the police can then punish criminals. This could be terrible, but I'm open to it. Mainly because it seems like this is the first protagonist in a long time that I can actually relate to. Walter White probably being the last one. Then in awesome, if you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise like I am, even though it has its ups and downs. The debut trailer, a 9-minute walkthrough of pre-alpha footage, and an explanation of who the hell the main character is were all released by Ubisoft today. I played every one, including the China one that they released on the Xbox One, except for Rogue. That was because they had that weird console-specific release schedule. And the last bit of awesome, as always, is our secret link of the day, so if you want to check that out or anything else I talked about today, links as always down below. And then really quick, I have to talk about an update with Deflategate. If you don't remember, there were all these accusations that New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, aka Football Jesus, was purposefully deflating football so he could get a better grip and throw better. So the governing body of the NFL said, we're going to look into it, we're going to decide, and they finally handed down a decision, and they have suspended Tom Brady for 4 games, as well as fining the New England Patriots $1 million and taking away a draft pick. And my response to this is good, not for any moral reason or I think that he actually did something wrong and changed history, but because I'm a Jets fan and I want other people to feel as angry as sad as I always am. And overall, will this affect the New England Patriots? Maybe, but for the most part, it seems like the NFL AFC East equivalent of giving your out-of-shape friends a head start in a foot race. I mean, my only issue with it is the NFL seems very bipolar with their punishments. Ray Rice beats his wife in an elevator, he gets a 2-game suspension. And because an investigator said it was more probable than not that Brady was at least generally aware of these activities, he suspended 4 games. And Josh Gordon gets caught smoking weed and gets suspended 16 games. And then I want to talk about a girl who's blowing up on the internet right now, and that is Adrienne Lewis. She's an 18-year-old girl who has blown up on YouTube recently because, her tongue's long, but not like when your friend's like, oh, I got a long tongue, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, she can lick her own eyeball long. The current world record for longest tongue is held by Nick Stobarrel with a 3.9-inch tongue, but Lewis blows him out of the water with reportedly a 4-inch tongue. When she was 13, she submitted this fact to Ripley's Believe It or Not, which I believe is the only time in history there's been an email exchange with a 13-year-old girl saying, "I want to show you what my tongue can do," and it was not incredibly illegal. That was Ripley's, and so now she's talking to Guinness World Records about getting it in the book. So if you want to check out that craziness on your own, she's been also making YouTube videos for like 2 years. She just did a Q&A video. It's as terrifying as it is awesome. Then there was the big news that the Google self-driving cars have been getting into accidents. There was an AP report saying there were 4 accidents since last September. So in response to this, Google has now gone through a different outlet to release the full story. And that is, since the car took to the streets for the first time 6 years ago, there have in fact been 11 accidents in total, all minor, and they were never in fact the fault of the self-driving car. 7 involved another vehicle rear-ending the Google car, 2 were side swipes, and 1 involved another car running a red light. So while this is a fantastic PR move for Google saying the only thing unsafe about our cars are the other humans driving other cars, that is a very valid thing that you're gonna have to keep in mind. Not everyone is going to want or have the means to automatically switch to a car that can drive itself. Even I, who am a huge believer in autonomy as far as cars, will still 100% want a vehicle that I can jam the pedal down and feel that rush. And there's also been arguments that sometimes you need a human to make a stupid, possibly unsafe decision that a computer would not. Anyone who has ever driven the streets of New York City, I'm talking about you. But once again, all of that said, I am still a huge believer in what this is doing. I think the big hurdle for these companies are the potential lawsuits. Here's a hypothetical for you. You're in a car that can drive itself. There's a vehicle in front of you, to the left of you, and behind you. For some reason, on the right side of you, there's just a string of ladies pushing babies. The car in front of you and to the left of you, for some reason, brake at such an extreme that the car is gonna have to brake or turn or evade in some capacity that someone is going to get hit. Whether it be the mom and baby, the cars in front of it, or you're gonna get just railed from behind by this other car. So in that situation, who's at fault? If the car made the decision with no user input, if the car swerved into the lady, was it Google that did it and they could be sued? Or if the vehicle braked not considering the guy behind me was not going to do the same and he just rammed me from behind, could I sue the guy behind me and Google? I think that's gonna be the hurdle. And that's where I'm gonna end today's show. As a little thank you for watching, I'm gonna go into the comments, select one person at random, and you will win a $100 Amazon gift card. Also, thanks again to the sponsor of today's show, squarespace.com/Phil. But of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Also, I could imagine myself just kind of blowing up into a little panda balloon. Sex is just too good.
Wait, so you could make sexual assault? Yeah! Yay, we did it! We did it, 2015!